So what type of foam can we get from a very inexpensive $140 electric pressure washer from Karcher that's at 1700 psi? I forget the name of it, but I'll just link it down below if you guys want to check it out. And I'll be using the Adams Mega Foam. They actually sent this to me a few days ago. I played with it a little bit. They're gonna release it on Amazon Prime. They're not paying me to do this, but I'm just being nice and just letting them know since they were kind enough to send me over these items. So check that in the description box down below if you're interested. But the main premise of this video is to see out of a cheap pressure washer, not the greatest, not the strongest, not the best quality build amongst, you know, the top tier pressure washers, what can we get out of it? Is it worth it? Is it something that you should purchase or just wait? We'll go over all that. And don't get too into like, it's the car's not dirty. We're focused here on the foam that it's gonna produce, not that the car's dirty and we're gonna pressure wash it out. We just wanna see what type of foam can we get out of this foam cannon with that pressure washer. That's it. Okay, so we got the hose already connected. It's already on. Now 1700 psi isn't that strong in terms of pressure for a pressure washer. You still wouldn't want to like put your hand right here because it's the angle of it, the degree of it, like it'll still hurt depending on who and what. But so don't just take your hand, even though I'm saying it's not that strong. But anyway, so now I'm gonna just take off this yellow tip here, put that in here. The hose itself is 20 feet, at least that's what it says. So it's like these are so cheap, so janky. Like they get kinked up. The wand and everything's super cheap. So I'll be upgrading soon to the Obsessed Garage one. I think like 400 bucks in total to upgrade, but it should be worth it because it'll make the entire experience a lot better. Okay, so again, not being too scientific with this, I'm just gonna try it out with different settings, because you can try out different dilutions, different settings here. Of course, the bigger the pressure washer, the better it's gonna be. So but if you have a 3000 psi pressure washer, no matter what you use, it's probably gonna be super thick. Like if you, a lot of guys like to point out to that Chemical Guys foam, they're using like a ginormous gas pressure washer. That's like, of course you're gonna get good foam out of that. Like if you're using some 1500 ps, not much is gonna come. Anyways, let's just get to it. I don't know where we're at with the settings, so I'm gonna just start spraying and let's see how it comes out. Let's see here. Okay, there was no science to that. I'm just literally turning it on and playing with the settings. So let's see. Is that thick foam? Is that thick enough? Like, is that? It's super light. It's gonna be runny. Like there's no thickness to it in terms of like it's there. It's on. Like yeah, there's some foam to it, but it's not like a super thick one. And it is a bit runny, which might be good depending on what. Like this isn't bad foam for what it like. Just first initial thoughts, that's not that bad. But let me keep on playing around with the settings to show you guys. Alright, so I don't know how well that caught on camera because I don't know if I was even in shot. But anyways, overall, look, I mean, it's hopefully it's really, you guys can see this because I don't. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can tell, but there's plenty of foam here. I don't know if that's like, you know, like once the foam cannon keeps on, once there's less and less product in there, it's gonna start getting runnier. But overall, just based off of like quickly doing it, I mean, it's you know. There's definitely a good amount of foam being built up. So there's, you know. So overall, I mean, the foaming wasn't too bad. It's very how can I say? It's very flat though, and it's kind of runny. So it's again like if you have a gas, a stronger one, you'll be able to create that thicker foam. But here it is very flat. It's a bit runny. It's not really clinging onto it, which could be a good thing, bad thing, I don't know, depending on just your type of preference. But let's just go ahead and rinse it off. Let's see how that looks. And like I said, it's a 20 footer, the hose here, and if it gets so kinked up, it is very annoying. So that's why I want to upgrade. And you might be asking, well, why would you spend $400 on a $140 unit? Well, just because, like, if you went to go buy a Porsche and then you want to take it to the track, just because you spent $100,000 on a Porsche, it doesn't mean you now have the fastest car because you spent a lot of money on it. You still need to upgrade it to compete against all those that also have Porsches that are also upgrading their vehicles to take it to the track. So same thing here, whether you spent more money on a more expensive pressure washer, if I would have spent $600 on a pressure washer, I'm still gonna probably run into the problems of like the hose is kind of cheap, quick disconnects and such like. So either way, you're gonna upgrade at just about any price point that you are. So 140 for the unit, 400 for upgrades, but after you upgrade a unit to something more expensive or to whatever, you'll essentially be able to use everything that you purchase. So that, you know, whatever, that's just a quick little tangent right there. And there you go, reached my limit, so now I have to move the pressure washer closer. So I'm gonna just spray with no foam. Again, my car is not that dirty, just to show you the pressure from what I have to show you with. So man, the weather wasn't in my favor. It's actually in Louisiana, they're having a Hurricane 1, category Hurricane 1 weather and all that good stuff. So weather was kind of weird. There was no sun, so I couldn't really show you. Anyways, yeah, so like just based off of that, look, be very realistic. Like if you in your head are like, I want that thick foam, even if it's, whether it's your personal car or you're doing it for a business, but you are just in your head like, man, okay, that pressure washer or any you know, electrical not strong pressure washer is probably not going to be your best fit. But if you're just getting started, with your business, if this is just for your 1 or 2 personal vehicles, personally, I'm going to say that's more than great, because again, you can buy a more expensive pressure washer, right? It's greater build, stronger, what have you. Sometimes not even, and I will recommend, I didn't watch all the videos just because there's a lot of videos and they're long, but you can go to Obsessed Garage and just type in pressure washers, and he did a very intensive test across all pressure washers, and that's the one he recommended. So after I saw that video, I just purchased that one. I didn't like sit through all those videos. But if you want to learn more, then I definitely recommend you go check out his videos, because it kind of breaks everything down. But just because you buy a more expensive pressure washer doesn't mean you just now have the best pressure washer. Like there's going to be other areas that need to be improved, that you can upgrade, that you'll have to spend more money for. So for $140, which I'm more than certain you could probably find it like on Craigslist or something for a little bit cheaper, but for $140, I'm going to give that the green light for my needs and wants in terms of using a pressure washer. And just like anything else, if you want to later upgrade something, that's fine. Like upgrade, if you want like the Kranzel, those like super high-end pressure washers, that's great, but they run $800, $1,000, $1,400 for a pressure washer. And if you want to go and open up, or you want to use, go into depth just to buy a pressure washer because you have to have the best one for your business, it's just not gonna work out in your favor. So if you want to get started, if you want something now, if you don't want to whatever, I would highly recommend not just that one specifically, but just a lower tiered one that just gets you going. Based off of that, it was good enough foam. It's better than not having foam if you want foam. So anyways, that was more of a tangent. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, concerns. I'll do a more robust review of like a foam cannon setup pressure washer that I have in future videos. I just wanted to give you a simple glimpse of does it foam with a cheap pressure washer. I'll see you on the next one.